everybody. My name is John Cornish, and I'd like to talk to you today about field collecting journals. I started my first field collecting journal back in 1992, and since then I've now accumulated over 2,500 pages of text and drawings documenting the trips that I've been on in the field. I first started documenting the trips in the journal because I was having a difficult time recalling all the details of the trips that I'd been on. So recognizing that I was going to continue collecting, the idea of starting a journal became more and more obvious the direction that I wanted to go. But how to proceed? The first thing I did is I went to a stationery store and I bought an accounting book. This is a lined book here, lined pages, and it's great for putting on in the details, adding the text that describes the adventures that we're on. So I started on out. I bought a group of the journals that all matched. Unfortunately, they stopped producing the first, and I had to go with a secondary journal, but I would encourage you, if you're going to do a lot of field tripping and you're going to document your trips, please consider getting several copies of the type of ledger that you're going to use so that they all match in your library. So when I'm starting and I'm doing my trips, the first thing that I do is in the very front of the book, I start a table of contents. And this is listing all the different localities that I've been to over the year and the pages that document the trips that I've gone to. Where you see long lines of these pages, this is showing you that I've done multiple trips to that particular locality. So I started on out here with a table of contents. If I can't fill everything in, I end up by going to the back of the book, another blank page, and I continue my table of contents there. So this is the beginning of the book, and then from there I actually begin my documentation. I put a date here off to the side that shows the trip, when I'm going, and then I proceed to do the write-up and finally list it over here in the table of contents with the pages that were used to document that particular trip. So this is the first thing I do in starting the journal. And then as I continue journaling, what I'll end up by doing is drawing pictures of some of the nice specimens, maybe some of the pocket features, maybe even the lay of the quarry wall that I was working, showing the distribution of the pockets there. So I can go ahead and document these details here, and while I'm not a Tama Higuchi or a Leah Luton, my definite skills are not towards drawing, I can still document and have pictures of these specimens that I can go ahead and show as being the treasures that I recovered on that particular trip. From there, one of the other things that I do is I do a year in review. And when I do the year in review, I've got a number of different categories that I list, and then I document on out what the specifics are. So in here, journal entries. I had 35 separate entries for the year 2019. And of those entries, I've broken them down here: the most visited fossil locality, the most visited mineral locality, different types of subcategories that can help me to get a thorough picture of what I was able to do that year. So this is one of the other things that I do in the journal. Now, as I go on throughout the year, one of the things that I've started doing is keeping little keepsakes and mementos from the shows. And those I'll put into the back of my journal. I'll have a nice stack of these materials. And this over here gives you an idea on some of those things that I've kept over the years. Ribbons, different advertisements, different shows that I've gone to, announcements. These types of mementos really help to flesh out the experiences and share in a very graphic way the fun times that I've had while I've been out collecting. So a field collecting journal is something that's very easy to start. The hardest thing to do truly is to just start. So go on out, go to your stationery store, get some of these ledgers, and consider starting your own field collecting journal. While it doesn't seem like much maybe in the very beginning, over time, the accumulated data that you've got in your journal, the experiences that you've recorded, This is truly what makes field collecting and the journaling of the discoveries and times so rewarding. I hope that you'll consider doing your own field trip journals. It's been something that I have very much enjoyed over the years and will continue to do right up until the very last days that I'm collecting. Thank you everybody for coming along. I hope you have a great day and that this has been beneficial for you. Thank you.